Hello everyone. Um, this is another updates video. It's been months since my last update, my second update. But I just want to put this out there, telling you just how I've been feeling. Let me turn my phone off. First off, I've came back on social media on April 3rd, and all of a sudden I just felt that anxiety. I just don't know why the anxiety hit me. Heart palpitations came up. Just every time I come back on social media, I just feel it. I feel anxious just to be back on it and reading comments and messages on my posts. But then I days after I started feeling a little depressed, and it just wasn't good because everyone, I feel like I have worse timing because everyone is talking about the Nintendo Switch 2, which I just don't care about. It doesn't. I haven't really watched the direct. I didn't even know there was gonna. I didn't know there was a direct that came out. I believe on the second. I think my blue. I hop on Blue Sky. It was just nothing but the Nintendo Direct. I didn't even check. So I was just like, I'm not checking my Twitter timeline because it's gonna be all over my feed. So I just ignored my timeline. I just posted normal. I mostly posted about Sagia, which I'll talk about a little later. I posted about Sagia stuff, and then I posted a little. I haven't done fan art after. Well, I haven't done fan art since February. I think my Samurai Pizza Cat Strong was my recent one, but I made a little Giratina drawing. I think I posted that on Friday, and then depression hit, and I made just a little event on my threads talking about how frustrated I was with social media, how I think the algorithm is punishing me for not posting in a while. And maybe because like I said, I think I have poor timing. Someone replied to my post on Twitter talking about how, oh, it's not my fault, it's just poor timing. Everyone's talking about the Switch 2 and all that. And isn't the Minecraft movie out too? I bet everyone's talking about that movie too because I just saw a Blue Sky post from someone I follow talking about how they're going to see the movie. Originally, I was going to see the movie on today, uh, but because I actually did not get any rest last night till 6 a.m., which was not good. Because of that, I had to cancel seeing the movie today, and we might go on a Saturday. I might see the movie in 3D. Hopefully, there's some 3D showtimes. Please do not give me spoilers on the movie. But I just did not get any good sleep last night. I was almost having a breakdown. Anxiety kicked in. I woke up in the morning. I talked to my dad how I was feeling. He understood, and I just needed to put this out there. Okay, next update is about Sagia. Oh, just sorry, I heard my dad downstairs. Next update is about Sagia. If you've been keeping up with my Instagram story or any of my posts, not that many people really notice my posts. But I paid for 25 more copies of Volume One at Comics Wellspring, and then I paid 25 copies of Volume 2 because I don't want to be broke. And my dad helped me buy those 25 copies of Volume 2 by paying me $300 in my account. Then I spent the money. From when I was at the event on the 15th of March, I made a lot of money, and that really helped. And I definitely I knew I needed more copies of Volume One because I was low on stock, and I'm trying to get Saga out there at bookstores, but I thought I was gonna have a sale from someone who lives worldwide, but turns out they were just looking for the book in their bookstore, and I just told them, sorry, I only sell it through my coffee shop, and I was just, yeah. And yesterday I posted like a short showing off me signing books. If you read, I hope y'all read the description of that because I was just depressed just typing. I mentioned that I took the books up to a comic book place because someone who ran the Olympic Spring Art Market was interested in my books. I think I mentioned that in the at the end of that video. I'll link that below if you haven't seen it. But they were interested in my books. They wanted me to sign it, so I did. I'd never done a wholesale before, so after doing some research, I think I got paid $65 because I was selling it for $13 a copy, and I took it up to Olympic Cards and Comics on the 29th. I think that was the 29th. Yep, it was, and I was excited. I was happy that I made my first wholesale, and they might be selling my books in person, but I just don't know. Like I don't know if they're actually selling the books. I don't. I have to maybe reach out. It's a little confusing for me, and I checked the store's social media, and there was just no promotion of it. I only saw like, oh, Invisible is back in stock, and they were promoting like their card game tournaments or whatever, and it just made me a little bit sad. But in the description of that short, I mentioned how. Let me pause this recording. I'm trying. I just ramble on for so long that I feel like people just leave me. So let me just pause this recording and just find my words. I'm trying to make this video as quick. I don't know how long the recording will be. Okay, so I have the video pulled up in YouTube Studio. So I mentioned that this might be the last time I mention Sagia until I get my 25 copies of Volume 2 from Comics World Spring printed and delivered. Well, I got it. I paid for the books to get printed. I think that's what I meant to say. So I gotta wait on my proof copy. I gotta approve of it, and then gotta wait for them to print out my copies and then ship it out. I mentioned I signed 5 books, and then I also said I don't know if my indie comic is in stock at the place. Okay, I'm very uncertain. Here we go. I'm very uncertain about the future of my comic. It feels like I'm having the worst timing since everyone online is talking about the Nintendo Switch 2, but I'm never giving up, which I'm not giving up with Solid. Uh, well, I just don't know about the future of my comic. Like like someone told me at the event, the Olympic Spring Art Market, that are you gonna make it a web comic or I don't really want to make it a web comic. I don't want to put on Webtoon. I felt as if people were turned away from my art style. I just don't know. I was aiming for a 80s 90s anime look, mostly inspired by Akira Toriyama and Kintsugi Mori. Because I really love Dragon Ball. I really love Pokemon. Well, I like Kintsugi Mori's old watercolor artwork, and you'll see it. You'll see in some of the characters. Jikuru and Haido, two of my main Saga characters, are inspired by my favorite Dragon Ball character, Launch. And I mentioned that I was interviewed by Comics Wellspring last year, and I've mentioned that. I'm just shocked that no one has came up to me telling me, oh, they give me Launch vibes. But I think that's all I have to say for this updates video. I'm not showing my face. I just don't I I just don't feel comfortable anymore. Also, one more thing. If you saw my recent community post, I made all my plush videos public, and because I just felt bad for unlisting them. Will I come back to the plush videos? Maybe revisit them, maybe. But I just feel as if YouTube favors my plush videos over my other content. And I watched this video yesterday talking about how people hate YouTube Studio, and there's this thing where they tell you how well your video's performing, and YouTube has this confetti thing. If your video's 1 out of 10, 10 out of 10 is actually bad. And I when I'm on YouTube Studio, I avoid the front page because I just never I don't like seeing my subscriber count go down, and I don't want to be hit with all these numbers and be overwhelmed, be stressed, be depressed. I only go to the comment or community tab. That's the first thing I open up on YouTube Studio. I if I were to see those numbers just shoved right in my face, I'll just be depressed and I just won't continue with YouTube at all. I just like making videos. I just put it, well, I don't really like making videos that much. I just put it out there if I want to. So yeah, I think that's no one really leaves a comment on my videos anymore. It just maybe it makes me feel a little isolated. Just social media has just been frustrating. I'm just really frustrated with social media. I just feel like I want to leave again. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry if I'm stuttering, but I just really hope there's someone out there who just appreciates Sagia. That's about it. Thank you.